Welcome to another episode of Game Boy Roulette, where we take a look at randomly chosen games from the Game Boy library.
Madden NFL 2000. Man, we just did a sports game. Remember everything I said in the Bases Loaded intro about how they're so hard to talk about because at some point all the baseball games blend together for me and there's so little that can be done to make them distinct? Take all that but make the ball slightly more oblong and you have my thoughts on football games. I've said before that the only football game I've ever really clicked with is NFL Blitz, and that was specifically because it forewent any sense of realism in favor of throwing 100-yard bombs every single turn. And at this point, we're in the double digits of football games that we've reviewed. They haven't all been awful. In fact, a few have been pretty enjoyable, but anytime I play them, I can't help but think I'd rather be playing literally anything else. Okay, rant over, let's talk about the game, because there is hope and it comes in the form of this glorious man. The Madden games in the late 90s and especially early 2000s were bastions of quality football, with fun features and good gameplay, and Madden NFL 2000 had the biggest leap of all for the series, the first time it hit the Game Boy Color. Okay, maybe not that big of a leap, but for this show it's a lot. Also, while every other version of Madden 2000 was made by EA Tiburon, the Game Boy Color version was made by Tiertex Design Studios. Tiertex has popped up a lot on this show, and looking back at all the times we've reviewed their games, they've been all over the board in terms of quality. Oddly enough, I'm excited for this one. I always like seeing a series jump onto the Game Boy Color, and seeing if they really push the game, or just use the MS Paint tool a few times. The box art is exactly what you think. John Madden. There's a brief hint of football in the background, but realistically someone not familiar with him and only glancing at this art could absolutely think that these games were man in suit with comically large headset simulators. The gridiron calls us once again. Suit up for Madden NFL 2000. Sports, do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Sports, do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Sports! See, I wasn't lying. Whoa, that logo was unreadable. Madden 2000. Oh, God. Uh-oh. Before going to the field... Oh! Okay, it took a bit, but the music kicked in and is good. Check out who helped make... Oh, the credits on the title screen. Most of the Madden games we've played have had a lot of modes, which is great. Let's do an exhibition. Seahawks versus... all Madden? It's just 100 John Maddens. The Browns. Welcome to today's game. God, that scroll's slow. I don't care. Let's go. Substitutions, gameplay options, set audibles. Audible 1 will be... I seem to recall this is... Okay, already I'm remembering this is very similar to another one of the Madden games we played. I don't know what that means. Let's go. Heads or tails? Tails it is. Wait. Oh, cool, I got it. I'd like to receive. And we'll defend home. Alright. Wait, this looks almost identical to one of the other ones we've played. Wait a minute. I'm even remembering the slowdown. Okay, so first off, this sucks. There's so much slowdown. Oh, the stuff up there looks the same, too? I did load the correct ROM, right? Dang it, where's the bomb? I think we've played this already. Come on, guys. Hike the ball. No audible. Hike it. There. Throw. What? Oh, God. I'm up. Haha, I'm oh. I'm a genius. How about a far near... I mean, there's a lot of plays. That's nice. The lack of sound during this is messing with me. Throw it! Okay, hang on. This is already bothering me. I need to check a couple things. Give me a moment. This game is literally identical to Madden 97. There's, like, no difference. And I mean that in a bad way, because Madden 97 was the worst Madden game we've played. Alright, well, if it's gonna be the same game... Hang on, might as well switch right to the Game Boy Color version. Ooh, wait a minute. Oh, this is very different. This looks really good. Hang on, did they... Okay, hang on. We might have something going here. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, maybe not. Okay, it's running a little bit better. Okay, yeah, there's definitely... Wow, the movement is so much better. Darn. Guys, just let them have the ball. I want to throw more. The problem is, even though it's playing better, still not that good. No, farewell. See, the issue with the game, first off, was that it moved so slow, and thankfully the Game Boy Color version fixed that. This is actually one of the nicer looking football games now. The big issue was more that the game was just not very fun to play. They tried to cram in a lot of stuff, and as a result, the actual, like, moment-by-moment gameplay suffered. It's good. All right, give me the ball. I would like to throw. This might be where the issue with Madden games started, where it was just the same game re-released every year, just with some updated stats and teams and whatnot. And to be fair, that's a big problem. What? I can't even figure out how to pass anymore. And I remember in 97 passing kind of sucking too. Okay, we got it. Come on. No. Yeah, no, it's... So it already, you know, it's gonna lose points for not being that creative, but it's also just gonna lose points because if it was like a really good Madden game and they just updated it to run a little bit better, I'd be like, okay, yeah, that's fine. But this isn't. They took one of the bad Game Boy Madden games and updated it. So yeah, despite it being an updated version and in color and certainly looking better, I don't think I can recommend this one. I remember saying that I recommended the other Madden games over Madden 97, and that goes true for this too. This is where all of Madden's problems truly began. This game right here. It was never EA. It was always Tiertex. It was probably EA. Well, this will be an easy game to review because I already reviewed it! It certainly isn't unprecedented for a game to get an update and be re-released, or to have a lot of similarities to the last game in the series, but this was the Madden series at its worst. A slightly changed roster and stats, and gameplay that hadn't budged an inch. The graphics, the gameplay, the play selection, the awkward passing, it was all quite literally brought over straight from Madden 97, which I already reviewed half a year ago. I'll give them that the Game Boy Color version looked and ran better, but it was still the same game that had been released 2 years prior, and so a little speed increase and some nice looking pixelated images of John Madden weren't gonna help anything. Now, this wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing if the game it was copying from was good. It could have been a case where they nailed the formula in the previous game and wanted to stick with it. But as discussed, the game it was taking from was awful. The passing was terrible, there were tons of plays that felt interchangeable, buttons seemed to change what they did at random, it was all awful. And especially disappointing when compared to some of the earlier Madden games, which were so much better. It's baffling to me that the series took a huge step backwards on the Game Boy between Madden 96 and 97, and then when they made an updated version like this, they decided to build on 97, rather than revert back to the significantly better game. There's really not much else to say about this, because as I've said, this is the second time reviewing it. Madden 97 was terrible, and Madden 2000 was Madden 97, therefore Madden 2000 is just as terrible. On the plus side, that's the last Madden game we have to review. Soon we'll finally be free of football once and for all. And that's all for another episode of Game Boy Roulette. Make sure to like the video, comment, and subscribe to follow the series as we continue to dig through the Game Boy vault. I'm BrianJ, and I'll see you next time.